my life changed. Not overnight, but it started changing. I was a Christian rapper in the beginning, smoking weed, drinking every night, doing Christian rap.
Tulsa Talks is the podcast that is inspiring people to have everyday meaningful conversations to gain perspective and help the world.
So we're going into something different than I know today. I know very little about Christian rap.
Right.
Christian rap. I have some people that I know that do it, but I've never really asked a whole lot of questions about how they do it or why they do it. I don't know why. Normally I do on almost every conversation that I have. You go by Itz-Lee.
Itz-Lee, yeah.
And you told me pre-recording that you were raised in a Christian home.
Originally, I was actually adopted, so I didn't grow up in a Christian home necessarily. Both my birth parents were actually like on drugs and stuff. I had two other brothers, and they got like separated from me like whenever I was young. And then I got adopted by my aunt, and I moved in with her, and she was like really religious, and you know, she brought me to the Church of Christ actually, and
they have a pretty strong flavor. Church of Christ, very strong. But it was too traditional for me, and honestly, I didn't feel very welcome in the Church of Christ. I kind of felt judged and felt like I didn't fit in, but I really found my church when I started going to Life Church. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you still go to Life Church?
Occasionally. I need to go more than I do, but I mean, I still am growing with God to this day. Like I'm maybe a Christian rapper, but like I'm not perfect to any sense. Like I'm growing every day. You know what I mean? Like I'm not where I want to be, but I know that if I continue to just pray, you know, doing better 1% each day, then I should be good. But
yeah. I've had people that have told me they have had radical transformation and deliverance, and not everybody's experiences that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's a little here, a little there, refinement upon refinement to lead somebody into a better life.
No, definitely.
And you're a Christian rapper. Can you perform just a little for us so I can get a feel? Hear a little bit?
All right. Let's see. Nah, I can't perform for you in right here like this.
No putting you on the spot?
I'll give you some tickets to come to a show. How about that? Yeah, it's too much on the spot. I can't do it. On the spot.
All right, cool. How old were you when you were adopted by your aunt?
I was really just like a baby. Like I was like probably like 1 year old. So
okay, so you don't even remember.
Well, so like they allowed me to stay in touch with my birth parents. She allowed me to stay in touch with my birth parents and my like biological brothers. So they were in my life kind of like in and out, if that makes sense. Like,
sure. How often would you see them?
I'd see my brother like every weekend, and I'd see them occasionally. I got to see my brother more because he got adopted by another lady, so I could go. She allowed me to go see them. My biological parents, they both like kind of moved away when I was like, I don't even remember, but they were gone like most of my life. My biological dad came back when I was like 16, and my mom went to Minnesota, and I never really saw her up until I turned 18. So, yeah.
Okay.
But.
Okay. And a lot of people have no idea, but Tulsa Talks is not scripted. It's shot from the hip.
Right.
Certainly, we don't know where we're going with the conversations until we get into them. And just mainly about people's life stories.
Yeah.
So that people can see other people's perspectives better.
Right.
And, I know that you and I know some of the same people, and I'm kind of oddly lost for questions during this, and we might need to scrap all of this to now. Tell me what you want to talk about this morning. We invited you in here because you know some same people that we know, and very rarely am I in this position of just lost.
Well, I mean, really, I just came to talk about my testimony and how I grew up and kind of how God pushed me to become who I am right now.
Which is not where you think you should be.
Yeah, I'm not where I think I should be, but
could be.
If I look at myself like 4 years back, I didn't really want a relationship with God. And
why did you not want a relationship with God?
I put God down for my childhood. I blamed my childhood and what happened to me as a kid on him. And how the people treated me in the Church of Christ, I put that on him. When really the whole time it was people here on earth that made bad mistakes that caused me to feel that way.
You judged God because of the people that said they represented him?
Yes, exactly. And just for how my parents were, how my childhood was, If
this is God, I don't want anything to do with it?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I was. And it didn't help that I was in that traditional household where I was forced to go to church all the time. She really wanted me to be a hardcore Christian, and I was not. I was rebelling, so.
If the flavor would have been different of the church.
It would have helped a lot, yes. Yes. Life Church was the first time I felt somewhat welcome somewhere where it wasn't so harsh, you know what I mean? But.
Yeah, and some of those people from Church of Christ might think that they or Life Church is Christian light.
Yeah.
Not hardcore enough for them.
I know. Definitely so.
Not religious enough.
Yeah. A lot of them feel that way. I mean, my grandparents still go to the Church of Christ, and they're don't really love Life Church that much, but
it fits you.
To each his own, yeah. That's where I feel comfortable, so.
Yeah. And I've been to Life Church a few times and have a YouVersion Bible app on my phone, which I really appreciate Craig Rochelle and his team doing that. What's the difference in your experience at the two? Let's compare and contrast.
So,
hopefully we don't judge Church of Christ too harshly on this, because that is the flavor that some people need.
No, definitely. I look at the Church of Christ differently now that I'm older and stuff. As a kid, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But I say the difference really is just the openness that Life Church has. I feel like an LGBTQ person could go into Life Church and be happy. In fact, I've seen many people in that community come to Life Church, and Life Church is open to them. I'm not saying they're accepting of their sin
or condoning it.
Yeah, they're open to them being there, and I feel like they feel just as welcome as I do going in there, which they should. But if they were to go to the Church of Christ, it's not really that way. You see a whole bunch of people staring at you, and that's kind of a big area where they're different. The message is also, of course, very different. I mean, Life Church is on a TV screen. It's very new school, modern, you know what I mean? And there's one pastor for 50 campuses, The worship is also incredibly different because they only use a cappella at the Church of Christ, whereas Life, they use instruments. It's like a rock band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Won't say I'm necessarily a huge fan of that, but it's cool still. I mean, I like it. It's a little loud, but,
How old are you?
I'm 24.
And it's a little bit loud.
I don't go to concerts like that unless I'm performing, so. you know?
Yeah. My wife and I have been to different newer style churches.
Yeah.
And Life Church is loud.
It's loud.
It'd be nice if they turned the volume down a little bit.
I agree. My ears be ringing when I go there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But walking into a rock concert instead of walking into acapella is a different flair.
Oh, it definitely is.
That reaches different people.
Right, definitely is. Also, just the community is like, at least the Church of Christ that I went to was tiny. Like, I'm talking like 100 people or something like that. 200 maybe. Life Church has like 10 different services because they can't fit all the people into the service. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a lot more people, a lot more interactions. You know what I mean? Which I like that. I like having the ability to go talk to a bunch of different people rather than the same 100 people at one church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah. What have you found at Life Church?
I found that I really relate to all the messages that the pastor does, and that's about it for that.
So the light show, the music, and the message.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the people, having a lot of people around, be able to have different levels of relationship with them.
Yes, definitely.
And you're a rapper. I know some rappers that go out and do street ministry and that sort of thing.
So I do that too with the Hope Dealers. I've been out to Heavener, Oklahoma, and then they also put on some stuff at their ministry house. And they do like a lot of outreaches, and we'll go out there and rap, perform. And I enjoy doing that. I actually went out to the Tulsa Boys Home a couple months back and rapped for them. And then we went and played some basketball and pool and that kind of thing. And that was really cool because I related to those kinds of kids. I wasn't necessarily in a boys' home, but we had similar situations, so I felt like I could be a light in their life and, kind of show them the right way. And I told them how I had done a lot of the wrong things in my past due to my childhood being bad, but I said at the end of the day, like, we got to look up to God and thank God for what's going on right now. And I said, you guys have the potential to take this wherever you want to take it. If you want to go left, you can go left. You want to go right, you can go right. And they really seemed to love hearing me speak and hearing me rap. And I'm hoping I helped one kid, you know what I mean? Like, that's the goal at the end of the day, helping one person. But
yeah, each person.
Yeah.
Maybe one, maybe more than one.
Maybe more than one, yeah. But one person at least.
With your life being tumultuous because of your environment as a child, and then being led into a church that wasn't a fit for you.
Yeah.
Now finding another church that seems to be a better fit. And you started being reconnected with God 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I was actually doing secular rap, and my now wife, she was my girlfriend or fiance at the time, and she was like, "You should not be doing the secular rap. Like, it's not you." I was talking about things that I didn't even do, trying to fit in with the rap culture, and it was not going well. The music sucked, and she was like, "You should try doing like Christian rap." And I was like,
so were you a closet Christian at that time, or
like,
where were you in your walk?
I believed in God, but I just had like I was just angry towards him, I guess. But I was kind of getting more open to it, around that time, because I had nothing good going on in my life. and I was really just looking for some peace in a sense. And once I started doing the Christian rap, like, my life changed. Not overnight, but it started changing. I was a Christian rapper in the beginning, smoking weed, drinking every night, doing Christian rap. But I was trying to manifest becoming a better Christian at the same time. And through that process, I mean, I quit smoking weed. I quit drinking. I quit doing all those things that were holding me back. You know what I mean? But.
And where are you now? What have you produced with music?
What do you mean?
Well, where are you now with developing that career?
So I just dropped like 12 songs this year, probably. They're all out on every platform: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, etc. And I'm in the process of making an EP and then an album. My EP is done. I will be releasing it here shortly, probably in a couple months. And then my album, it'll be called Sunday School, actually. And it uses all those Church of Christ songs that I would hear as a kid growing up. You know, like the This Little Light of Mine, the Bible, the Jesus Loves Me, This I Know. It uses all those, and I incorporated kids into it, so they sing the choruses. And that album's gonna be cool. I'm excited for that one. But
yeah, that sounds real cool. Where do you see this going?
I don't know yet. Wherever God wants to take it, you know? Like, I don't even have an answer for that, because it could go nowhere or it could blow up, you know? But that's up to him.
Are you happy with those two extremes? Are you happy with those two extremes, or somewhere in the middle? Whatever happens?
I think you would ask me that a while back, and I would have been, like, mad if it didn't blow up. But now I'm at the point where it's like, I've already impacted a lot of people, like, with my music. Even though it may not be millions, I still know I've impacted at least 50 people, you know? So in my heart, I feel good with it. Either way, I'm leaving my legacy. That's my new EP, by the way. Yeah.
I'm leaving my legacy.
Yep.
What is legacy?
What is legacy?
Yeah. What does that mean to you? You named your album that.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It's like leaving my mark. Like, I'm leaving my mark on the world. And it's going to be here forever. You know what I mean? That's when I say legacy, that's what I mean by that.
Do you stay in touch with any of these people that you've interacted with when you were singing? Have you built any relationships through that walk?
I've definitely made a lot of relationships with, like, other Christian artists that I've performed with. At all these events, I always meet a couple of them. So, like, Nicholas Perrin, that's coming in here in a bit.
Yeah.
I know him. I know Ben Summers. I know Alyssa O'Connor. Pretty much, if you do Paris Carez, if you do Christian rap in Tulsa, I pretty much know you, most likely.
Apparently, I know the people you know. Because everybody you named.
Yeah, You know Paris Carez?
I don't know that I know that one.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of them, yes.
You have to see if you can get him in here. But he's probably one of the bigger Christian artists down here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's worked with Lecrae. You heard of Lecrae?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's worked with really all of Reach Records. He does, like, ghostwriting for him and that kind of thing. So you'll have to see if you can reach out to him, maybe get him on the show. But
what we've covered your childhood. We've covered the fact that God was doing a work through you and in you at the same time as you were transitioning, or as you transitioned from secular rap into Christian rap.
Right.
We've covered how you have a flavor to you, that you need a certain thing in your life and not another, because you know where you fit.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing with everyone. I feel like people will judge a church that they go to, and then they end up not liking church because of one church, when it's like...
Or maybe a bunch of churches don't fit them.
Yeah, there may be a bunch of churches that don't fit you, but I promise there's going to be one church out there. There's probably couple million churches in the world.
Probably.
So
there's probably 1,000 or more in the Tulsa area.
Yeah. So I mean,
of all shapes and sizes. If you want to go find a congregation that's 20, or if you want to go find a congregation that meets with maybe, I don't know, maybe 1,500.
Mm-hmm. There's every kind.
Yeah, and every different way of presenting the gospel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you go to several churches, or was it just Church of God and then Life Church?
I've been to a lot of different churches, but it was mainly just Church of Christ, then Life Church. I mean, I went to a couple different ones. I went to a Jehovah's Witness one once, and
I've never been to a Jehovah's Witness church. I've talked to several of them. Had a lot of them in my house.
Yeah. I was young at the time, so I don't even really remember it, but I know I've been... So I can mark it off the checklist.
You ever been to a Roman Catholic church?
Nah, I haven't.
That's a different flavor.
Yeah.
It's a different flavor. Back in the day, they only spoke Latin.
Really?
They delivered the masses in Latin.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah. And up until maybe less than 100 years ago, they frowned upon the congregation reading the Bible for themselves.
Wow, that's different, to say the least.
A lot of difference in a lot of different churches, and what do you need? I think is kind of where we're focusing here, for people to understand that, or that's what I hear from this conversation.
Right. Yep. No, definitely. You just got to find where you fit. And
yeah. Where do you want to play your music eventually? Do you want to play in churches or venues or?
So, I mean, I like to do my music anywhere I can get a chance, You never know where you'll make an impact. I feel like some of the weirdest spots I've made the biggest impact. In fact, my first performance I ever did, it was an open mic out at Gypsy Coffee House.
Been there.
In downtown Tulsa.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah, they do open mics up there, and they're not religious by any means.
Really?
Like, they're hardcore, kind of against religion in a sense. Like, yeah. I came in there, and there's people wearing upside-down crosses.
Yeah, for sure.
And I went up there all nervous, first time performing, and I'm at somewhere they hate me. So...
Well, they hate what you stand for.
Yeah, they hate what I stand for.
Do they make a difference? Did you feel hate?
I felt like people definitely did not want me there, because I had a Christian hoodie on. It had like a Bible verse on it or something, and I was getting a lot of stares even before I performed. And I go up there and perform, and they clapped for me. They weren't just straight rude. But I could tell they definitely weren't enjoying it necessarily. But the one thing I did love is that there was a guy there that pulled me after the show, and he was like, for some reason I got told tonight I needed to go to Gypsy, and I didn't know like what the reason was. And he goes, I haven't been like really big with God and stuff, but like I felt like it was God telling me I needed to come here to hear this. And I was like, that's crazy. And it's funny because to this day, that guy still follows me on Instagram, and I see him liking my stuff. And
you ever reach out to him?
I haven't, but I need to. I definitely need to see how he's doing and see if see where he's at, you know, check his head and see if he's found God fully, or because I mean that's a hard thing, like not being in the middle with God. I feel like everyone sits in the middle kind of because it's comfortable there. It's so comfortable to sit in the middle.
So Jesus said something like this. I'm going to take it to a different level.
Yeah.
And be extreme as I'm known to be. He said, basically, get into an ice bath or into boiling water.
Right.
Because if you're just sitting around the air condition, that's not a good place to be.
Yep. There's a lot of truth in that.
So how do you step into that extremism and really be extreme? Because I don't think that it's about quoting scripture continuously.
Definitely.
I mean, Jesus lived 3 years and impacted culture for 2,000. Or excuse me, he ministered for 3 years.
Right.
And impacted culture around the world for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
That's very extreme. That's very extreme.
And you just said that you've not arrived and you're not perfect and you have a lot of growth that you can see, potential for yourself.
Yeah.
How do you press the accelerator and get into that growth more intentionally?
It's really just I feel like a discipline thing. I work so much and I work on my business a lot too. So, and sometimes I'm not going to lie, I put God to the side a little bit sometimes because I have so much going on, and it's like, I don't take that time I need to pray, or I don't take that time I need to go to church on Sunday because I'm exhausted. Like last night I was up till 2:30 a.m. and I came here at 9, but like I should use that drive and hunger that I do for my business for God. If I can make it to this interview at 9 a.m. after I've been up since 2:30 last night recording, I should be able to make it to church. But it's like when it comes to my business, I'm just like so ready. But
what is your business?
My music. I consider it a business.
And yes, and what is your music?
It's for, like, my business is for God. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm doing something for God every day, but at the same time, like, I feel like I do need to be going to church every week. I need to be doing Bible studies every day. You know, I need to be doing prayers every day, like at least 2 to 3 times a day or whenever needed. And I sometimes am just so overwhelmed by the music business that it's like, and I do maintenance, so for apartments, and that's also very overwhelming. So it's like so many things going on, and I need to make sure that I'm making time to really talk to God. Not through the music, not through anything, but like legit just talk to God, go to church, do those kinds of things. And I do like the outreaches and all that with the Christian people, but it's not the same as just going to church and listening to the message and worshiping Him. You know what I mean?
I do, and I was there, and maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but the way I see it is do all things unto the Lord and listen to Him at all times.
Right.
And think about what are good things because you've been to church.
Right.
For a long time. Wanting to be or not.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The challenge to going to listen to other people instead of dwelling in the Bible for yourself or actually just meditating and praying as you walk. The challenge to listening to others is a good thing to do for a while, And I liken it to having a mentor.
Yeah.
Or having a friend introduce you to their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the Bible actually is a bunch of guys that God wrote through, to the way I see it, that they're there to introduce you to their friend.
That is how it's written. Yeah, definitely.
I'm here to write this for you so that I can introduce you to God.
Mm-hmm.
I propose that there is a self-relationship that's available, that once you're introduced and you've had your personal trainer or your mentor, that as you go and you're doing what you're talking about doing, you're living out life with God.
No, definitely. Yeah.
And there's a switch there that a lot of religious people don't want you to know, to me. And the difference in religious and spiritual is one is man telling you, and one is God showing you.
See, it's kind of like relationship over religion. Like that was a big thing with me. And when I talk to people that aren't really godly, I tell them, like, really don't worry about going to church yet. Like I didn't go to church for a long time. I said I built a relationship with God. And that made me want to go to church. It's not church, and you can be the church, So I definitely think it's important just to build a relationship overall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more important than going into the building to me. You need to have a relationship. Like that's the best part of it.
Yeah. So why is it important for you to go to church?
Because I feel him telling me I should go to church. Like, I hear God telling me, like, things I should do and shouldn't do, And I feel like church is needed every week. Like, I think it's good to keep yourself surrounded by church people and that kind of thing. Because when we're going out to places, I'm a lot of times not around a lot of Christian people. Like, I go out to bars and perform. I go out to, the ghetto parts of Tulsa and perform. I go to, ghetto does not mean you're unreligious whatsoever. But these people are on drugs is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of druggy types that are there. And
they still listen to you?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I feel like people that are on drugs or at rock bottom are more willing to listen. You know what I mean? Like, there's a point where they're going to be like, all right, I got to change. Like, so I definitely think it's needed to go out, have people go out in those types of places, because if we don't do it, who else is going to reach them, But
when you go out to those places and you do your performing, you do that sometimes by yourself?
No, it's mainly with the Hope dealers. They have all the equipment and all that. They've really given me a platform. Like, I hadn't done really any church shows. I was only doing open mics here in Tulsa at bars and stuff like that at first. But they've really given me a platform and let me perform for their youth group, at this church, at a prison, and then just the outreaches they do here in Tulsa and surrounding cities.
Yeah. They are solid people.
Mm-hmm.
They've done outreach for a little while.
Yeah, quite some time now. They've built that thing up. Like, there's a lot of people that know the Hope dealers now here in Tulsa.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's one thing that you would like to share with people? If there's one thing that you could impact somebody with, what is that message?
Build a relationship with God. That's it. I think that's the most important thing you can say to someone. Find Yeah. My bad. I was kind of over saying it, you know, I just said that, but like, I feel like...
You know what's funny is that you are catching yourself when there's been a lot of people in here that have educated people have come through here. All people of all walks of life have come through here. And when I ask them, what is the one thing that you would do?
Yeah.
They talk for another 10 minutes.
Really?
And you caught yourself. You're like, he asked me, what is one thing? You said, have a relationship with God. And then you were like, that was it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Really, that's the most important thing you can do. I mean, it's what changed me. All I did was made a relationship with him, and then everything started falling into place. I wasn't perfect that night, but
you said you were smoking dope or smoking marijuana and drinking beer
and drinking liquor, whatever. Like, I was a little party boy, you know.
And writing and doing Christian rap.
Yeah.
That's a place to start.
No, it is.
Whatever that first step is that God shows you.
And I started seeing God work in the music before I saw him work in my personal life. So, like I said, my music sucked when I did secular music. As soon as I started doing Christian music, it's like everything was clicking for me mentally. It's like the words were being written for me, like unexplainable. You know what I mean? And the music was getting better and better. And I was doing it way faster than I was ever doing it. So I was like, man, God, like, must be real. Like my music's never been this good, you know? And day by day, I kind of just started, like, giving more of myself to him, you know, trying to pray more or trying to quit smoking so much, like weaning off a little bit, you know? That was the biggest struggle for me, was the weed. I actually quit, like, 10 months ago. So I'm pretty new to not smoking, but I did it. And, like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not saying that weed's bad, but where I was at in my journey, I felt like God was telling me, all right, it's your time to lay off that now, you know? And as soon as I gave that up to him, doors started opening. It was weird. It was so weird. Like, around that time is when I met the Hope Dealers, and they started, like, helping me out and getting me shows and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it was rewarding, very rewarding.
I have experienced that in my life, too. When I'm told to give something up or surrender it, typically speaking, something is added to me.
Yep.
Not that I'm surrendering it to get something.
No.
Not that mindset at all. It's just like, okay, it's time to stop that or change this. And then crazy stuff happens. Crazy cool stuff happens.
Yep.
A lot of times.
It's weird how it works like that.
But have a relationship with God. Have a real one.
Yep. And that built my faith even more. Once I gave up that habit and I started seeing God work in my life instead of just the music too, it was like, because I always felt like I was never going to quit smoking weed. Like, I was fine with doing it forever, you know? And
well, that's where you were.
Yeah.
And then when you were told, give it up.
He actually told me, like, in a weird way, because I felt like he had been telling me a long time, like, to give it up, but I kind of was like, you know, that's the one thing that's mine that I'm going to keep, you know what I mean? And then I started having, like, chest pain, kind of, and, like, these frequent nosebleeds, like, every night almost, like, and a lot of blood. Weird, right? And I was, like, praying to him one night. I was like, God, if this is because of the weed, like, I'm going to give it up, like. And I was literally on my knees praying to him this night. I don't ever do that. I'm typically just a pray in my head kind of guy. But I got on my knees and I was like, please take this like pain away that I'm having. Get rid of the nosebleeds, and I'm going to quit this like for good. And I quit it. And I've had one nosebleed since then from like weather. But my chest pain hasn't been there. Nosebleed's gone. Like, took all the weight off my back. I was worried. Like, I was worried I was going to have to go to the hospital or something. So I felt like God had healed me, in a sense.
Have a relationship with God. Give it up when it's whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
When you know that it's time.
Yeah, I mean, it's never like I have to give all this up if I'm going to have a relationship with him.
Yeah, it's not, I've got to get clean before I can go to church.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. Because
is that not what a lot of people think?
They do. A lot of people.
I got to get right before I can go to church.
Mm-hmm. And it's
got to get right before I can start praying to God.
Nah, not like that.
Is that not what you hear?
No, it's definitely what you hear.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that crazy?
At one point, I thought I wasn't worthy, but it doesn't matter how far strung out you are. Like, he fixed murders, like the worst of the worst. So
today I'll see you in paradise is what he told that guy that was hanging on a cross right beside him.
I know, right? Yeah.
That guy didn't have a chance to get his life right and start acting right and everything else. He just said, hey, forgive me. He said, all right, cool. I'll see you in paradise.
Right. That's insane. Insane.
So how is that so against what human nature is to try to fix themselves before they start having a relationship with God? Isn't that like opposite of that?
Yeah.
So have a relationship with God, bottom line.
Bottom line, have a relationship with God. It's needed. It's definitely needed.
Thanks for coming today.
Of course, thank you.
We are here to help you discover or develop your passions, how you can use them, and why you exist. How can we help you help others better?